Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related. Please, people, apologies on this show being slightly later. It's because I was over on Casually FC. Big up to Marshall, the whole gang over there. They had the 2K subscriber party. I was behind enemy lines, people. I criticized Chelsea on the Chelsea channel with a loads of Chelsea fans around me in the Chelsea chat. And yeah, I almost put on the bulletproof, people. I almost put on the bulletproof. But please keep
Hey,
your
they
comments.
shooting blanks over there. You all right? They shooting blanks over there. You all right?
They shooting like Chelsea's attack, but we move.
Yeah, they got super soakers over there. Just get a towel. You'll be all right. Yeah, they ain't doing nothing over there. Hey, it's out to my dogs in Kansas. Yeah. Look out here looking like toothless German shepherds. Ain't nobody afraid of y'all. Ain't nobody afraid of y'all. Ain't nobody afraid of y'all.
It's crazy. But yeah, love to everyone who has, everyone who's currently locked in. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, share across all the socials, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And to Jay, who's mad about some Arsenal thing, we're legit doing. He said, focus on your own dead club. We're doing a Manchester United stream, my friend. Like that's what we're doing.
Yeah, he came over here. It's Friday night. Oh, what you out here doing, man? I came out to block him. I had to block him, dog.
It's like I just seen that comment as I've scrolled up, and it's like, why are you mad? I legit did a Manchester United Arsenal show yesterday. Shout out to TJ, and we're here on a Manchester United show, but we move. Anyway,
he came on the wrong day. You about 24 hours late, my boy. Your invitation got lost in the mail. Well, we just didn't send it. One of the two. I prefer the last one. We ain't send you nothing. Don't come back, man.
Jesus, man, it's crazy. It's nuts. I'm like, why? I'm like, yo, man said focus on your own dead club. Like I don't do Manchester United content.
Nah, I had to get rid of him. He was talking spicy. I had to get rid of him. I had to get rid of him before it started.
Yeah. That's only right, fam. Get rid of anyone like that talking spicy. You gotta keep it moving. So yeah, but we just keep it stepping. But Eddie, how you doing though? You good, family?
I'm good, man. It's a crazy week in the Bay, dog.
What's going on?
So I work by where all the concerts are, and they got this Taylor Swift thing going on, dog. These people that shut down the town.
Oh shit! It's like
they done ran like, bro. It's getting ugly out here. But other than that, everything's solid, man. Everything good, always blessed.
Love that, man. And like I said, large up to everyone in the chat. Big up the haters. You know what I'm saying? It means we're doing something right. And big up all the regulars and everybody who's supporting. As always, a lot going on with Manchester United. You don't even need 24 hours for Manchester United. We was legit on the Q&A earlier on today. And the news broke in regards to Manchester United rejecting the £20 million bid for Harry Maguire from West Ham United. We'll be getting into that. Hoyland as well. It seems that deal could be getting closer, so he could be here. Amrabat rumours. And plus, I'm sure there's more information that I've not mentioned there. And I'm sure you lot in the comment section have questions as well. But we'll start with the Harry Maguire situation, I call it. Yeah, so West Ham bid 20 million. I seen you in the chat on the Q&A. So West Ham bid 20 million for Harry Maguire. Manchester United rejected it. Your thoughts, Eddie? Talk to me.
I'm trying to be real careful with this one because I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to who do we think we are? Who do we think? $20 million. We say, yo, take it and run. What are y'all doing? We don't know how good he can get from here. They can say 15, and you never know. It's like, we good. But the thing is, West Ham, the block is hot, dog. The block is hot. Somehow, some way, you robbed Arsenal of 105 million pounds. I think it's euros, pounds. I'm not,
Yeah,
I didn't go to
pounds.
Forgive me. Yeah. But I'm just like, at least there's movement, At least there's conversation. So if I want to look at the glass half full, the fact that he's being linked to somewhere not Manchester United related, come on, bro. We need that. I need that. Inject it. I done hung up my. See, this is my thing, man. I done hung up my Marshall FC Platinum card.
You did.
I heard they revoked my they revoked my membership even before I could apologize. But hey, it is what it is. I'll live and learn. Sancho Season Club. We still here. Okay. But I tell you this right now, ain't nobody moving me off of Harry Maguire is the most dead football I've ever seen in my life. FC, that's the one club I'm never leaving. and I'm gonna stick to it. Like this dude, even when he came on again, I think it was the Madrid game, in a preseason friendly, he's getting booed by our fans.
Wait, he got booed by our fans in the preseason game.
Brother, in the preseason friendly, when he came on, they booed him.
They don't need to be booing, man. Well, like that's too far.
Hey. Y'all brought it to America. We got to vent some frustrations in real life. Y'all got to do it every day. We get one day out the year to do this to this brother, what he's been putting us through. So on this side, oh man, yeah, he gonna feel it. He gonna feel it. I wasn't there. You can't blame me. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I tried my best, but these stuff happens. So I wasn't there. So you can't blame me. But at this point, man, like I said in other previous streams, nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. I even saw something along the lines of Donnie getting put out on loan. Yeah, see, 22. You do 22 came up like the boogeyman said.
And the thing is, it's not a backtrack. It's kind of like, right, if you assess it and go, this player's not good enough,
nah,
you can change your mind on the player.
I see what my comrades is still on. It's a real, that Marshall FC gets, hey man, it gets drastic. So I respectfully, 22. You right. I have my card. I have my card revoked. It's different thing. But yeah, I mean, he can go, and we'll be okay. Not too much else to go into it. Like, yeah, it's Harry Maguire at the end of the day, bro. I'm even, usually he don't get this type of traction on my time, but I'm a man of principles. I'm a man, does his job the right way. So. Yeah, I give you that's my perspective on it.
In regards to this, I've seen different sides to it. One of the sides, the side I'm on, obviously I understand. The other side, though, I completely don't get. So in terms of me, when I seen 20 million that we rejected it, I was like, why? This is Harry Maguire. He is not a good footballer. I even scratched that. He has not performed well has he been here since 2019? So it's 2019, 20, 2020, 21, 21, 22. And then 22, 23. So he's been here almost half a decade, people, and has not had a good season. How do we expect to command a fee for a player who hasn't had a good season in 4 years? And people will say, well, such and such a player went for big money, and this player, and we can't sell players. The reason why Manchester United can't sell players well, because we are not selling players who have played well at the football club. Because if they was playing well, we would not be trying to move them on. Is there exceptions to the rule? Yes. You get us dumb enough to buy Mount, who was coming off a poor season. Yes, you get Arsenal, who are dumb enough to buy Havertz, who's coming off a poor season. But they are the exceptions to the rule. So I see people saying, oh, I expect more. That's a joke of a bid. 20 million is a rip-off for them. I can't believe they offered that much. He's not worth this money. Why? We're talking about performance, people. Look at blank out the name Harry Maguire. Look at how this person is performing in their profession. In any profession in the world, whether it's sport or anywhere else, if you've not performed for 4 years in a row, how is your value high? This makes no sense whatsoever. 0 sense. We should have took that deal. Because one, not only does it get him out of the club, number two, you get him off the wage bill as well. And three, you open up a spot for somebody else. Whether that's a youngster, whether that's a potential centre-back. And we don't even need him like that anyway because he's 5th choice. This is the equivalent of selling your 3rd choice goalkeeper. That's what this is like. Nobody would buy an eyelid. Well, because it's Harry Maguire and he came in for big money, and I've noticed this. I think some Manchester United fans don't just want to be embarrassed on social media. Like, it's already embarrassed. Like, that train has sailed with him. He's not good enough. It's time to cut ties. What are we talking about? We should have took that 20 million. However, on the flip side, I will say, and I tweeted this out, if Manchester, what did I say? I said, if Manchester United if he's still here, this is fully on us by the end of the window. However, if we sell him for 30, 35, 40, or anything north of that, great business rejecting this bid. I just worry about us not getting more for him. That is my concern. Because the biggest thing is, I want him out of here. Because people are talking about loan. We don't want him on loan. It's like to Jason who says, come on, bro, I'm a Chelsea fan, but I understand Manchester United stance. He's an English captain and there's a player in there. All right, so because he's English so Jordan Henderson was an
English captain. Do this. We'll flip it on him. We'll flip it on him. Mason Mount is seen as, in regard as one of England's best young talents. Chelsea should have never got rid of him. if that's what we're gonna do. You know, because again, it's about what Flaw said earlier. Remove the face, remove who you think he is, and just if you had never seen him, understood his story, background, what's or not, and it's your first time seeing Harry Maguire play, 9 times out of 10 he drops a stinker.
Yeah, he don't perform well. This is the point I'm making. So the whole thing of you can't perform 4 years below par. I'll be kind and say below par and expect to command a big fee. Oh, there's a player in there. Tired of this. That's hope. That's hope. None of these football clubs should be banking on hope. You bank on, you make, and you'll get things wrong, but you make sensible and logical decisions on players. So when West Ham go and sign, when Arsenal go and sign Declan Rice, for example, Arteta's making a logical decision on that. Whether you think he's right or wrong. Same with Manchester United with Mount and Onana. Same with whoever Chelsea is signing, Manchester City, Liverpool, all clubs. You're going to get things wrong. So this whole thing of, oh, he's English captain, so what? So if he was Portuguese, that means he's less. He's not played well in 4 years. Why are people expecting a big fee for him? Because of other transfers. That makes no sense whatsoever. We're talking about him. And the market determines your worth. West Ham said 20 M's. Like I said, I could be wrong. And if we get 30 million for him, cool. But are we really running that risk because of an extra 10 million? Is that really where I think 20 million is a great price for him? Phenomenal. He's not worth that for someone who's not performed for almost half a decade. And we're just doing it off hope. When we're going back to 2018 when he was in the World Cup and playing for Leicester. That's what we're saying. Or when he plays well for England. But 20 million is disrespectful, bro. I think he's worth 30 to 40 million.
Trust me, brother, it's really not.
How is he worth 30 to 40 million and he's not had a good season in 4 years? Please let me know that, Jason. He's not had a good season in 4 years. How is he worth 30
This is how we'll do it, Flawless. I ask you the question. One game. You got one game. Mm-hmm. You want Eric Bailly or you want Harry Maguire?
Oh, run me Bailly. 100%.
And Bailly's going for about 6 to 7 million to Saudi. Yeah. About that price.
Boy, this way, Eric Bailly's performed better for Manchester United than Maguire has in his time here.
I think he's won more trophies for United as well.
Yeah, he has, because he was a part of the Europa League and League Cup sides. Am I right?
Right.
It's saying that. Yeah.
He got some time. He got some playing time. Timber's 35, so Maguire's 20. No, Timber's actually a football player.
No, but what he's saying is he's just using that. When people try and use it on the flip side, he's saying Timber was 35 and Timber's better than Maguire, he's saying. And has actually had a good season in the past 4 years.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, it's my fault, Jamal.
That's what it is. But
yeah. But that's the thing, Jason, look. What he does for England doesn't concern anybody but England's team.
Facts.
It doesn't mean anything to the evaluation. Is what's he doing in the Premier League? What's he doing in cup competitions? Take that into account. There's nothing more needs to be said. You guys can't make fun of us for having him and then expect for him to go to these prices that you think are like 30s to 40s. Again, Maddison went for 40. Mount went for 55. Havertz went for 65. And there's a sizable gap as limited talently as those two of those players are. There's a sizable gap in talent between them and Harry Maguire.
Yeah, that's legit it. So this whole thing, he's played well for England, that don't count for nothing at club football. Not one player outside of playing in World Cups gets bought off international form. And even that's died down. That used to be the thing. I can't remember the last big big name player, or should I say high profile player who had a great tournament, whether it's World Cup or Euros, and then got bought. That's dead. International don't mean nothing. Like it does put you in the shop window for a move, yes. But we can't just disregard his club form. So all right, so let's disregard his club form and he's played well for England. All right, even though he got dunked on by Giroud, but we move. He's not like we should have said.
No. I mean, again. Thanks for the engagement, Jason, but it's one of those things where, like, look, bro, he's not that guy to command anything over, in my opinion, $25 million. And honestly, that's me giving, like, he's my player, so I got to get something back. Because I think about, like, as a logical business person. But I'm telling you, he is not that good. I'm not saying it like somebody who watches him here and there. Flawless and I are here watching every United game in depthly. Flawless happen to be able to go to one this season, though, so that's dope. But again, we watch these guys with the intent of our team being better. That's what we're trying to see out there. And for us to get better, we need to get funds. He's our fifth choice. Is there any other fifth choice center back in the Premier League that's going for 30 to 40 million?
No, not one. There's no other fifth choice center back that it is. I mentioned James Colombia 2010. Exactly my point. 2010. We're in 2023.
2023, different game.
It's a completely different time and moment.
Different game.
2010 I'm talking about. That's the point I was making. And you meant that's spot on. He's fifth choice. Because man said, yeah, those teams milk those prices, bro. Man United can also raise the prices to market. All right, for everyone who wants United to raise the price and raise the price, if he's still here, don't complain. I want to hear no complaints.
Well, he's not going to complain. He's a Chelsea fan. He's a Chelsea fan.
Don't complain. Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying to United fans.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Don't complain if he's still here. If you were like, reject it, we'll get more. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying in that? Okay.
There's a strong possibility, but I still think he'll end up leaving sometime soon.
I hope so.
But like we said, he's no longer captain. He's fifth choice, and if they sign Johnny Evans, he's probably ahead of Maguire.
So that makes him sixth.
You know, I tend to be with you on that. Like, there's really nothing more for him here.
Facts.
Except for wages. And so, looking back, he'll probably go down as one of the worst signings of all time. Probably. And we got to bite the bullet on that. That's just what it is. That's the game.
Legit. That's it. Like, he's fifth choice. And like I said, to United fans who are condoning this, and to rival fans who are like, oh, you can get more for him. Or if he's still here, don't mention it.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest fear.
I think we get it done, though. I'm positive. I'm thinking positive.
I do agree with you. That's why I'm less critical of it. But I'm like, how much more money are we going to get? 10 million? Now, if we double it, hey, props. And I hold my hands up and say, hey, you not played this correct. I just worry about us getting 40.
Yeah, but the outside, the other thing we're working with is like how well you trust the board with how this window is gone. It's like the decision making has been iffy, but I mean it's been executed in a timely fashion. Like, for what it's worth, like the Onana thing is a good look. So I can't be like it's been all bad. You know, they saw it, got it done. We haven't had like a De Jong or a Sancho situation where you just think like, yeah, there's no way this is getting done this time around. Like, they've operated in a manner that gives me some faith, but still they have a backlog of evidence to suggest that'll be the opposite. So it's, you know, which one are you giving more credit to? Their ability in this window to get things done in a timely manner, or the club that we've been used to all this time?
Facts. Like, that's where I worry of him still being here. Like, that's what it is. But I hope, like I said, I do agree with you. Like, I do think it gets done. However, I wouldn't put money on it. I wouldn't be like 110% sure he goes.
Like 60-40, 60-40.
That's fair. I think 60-40 is around fair. Before we continue, though, big up everyone in the chat. I did run through some of the names at the start. Big up to everyone. Obviously, we started the show on a crazy one. The Arsenal fans hating in the chat just came over from casually. You already know. Eddie talking about what's going on in the Bay as well. But there's over 70 of you lot in the building. Big up. Shout out to United Spurs of America, Jacob, for the raid as well. Only at 35 likes, people. Let's get that up to 50 likes. Like check 1212. Let's hit that like button. Share this across all the socials. We want to try to get over 100 people vote in here. And subscribe if you're new. I don't know where some of the haters came from, but subscribe as well. Not you lot in the chat, I'm saying from before as well, but we move. We're at 7,303. Looking for 7 more subscribers. Get us to 7,310 people. 7,310. That's what we are indeed looking for. So let's hit that subscribe button, man. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, hit the like button and subscribe. Pay the tax, people. So make sure you do so as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well.
We'll get to that question, Jamal. Don't worry.
Yeah. We're going to get to it. Don't worry. And to this 20 million is wild in this market. West Ham can't be serious. Why can't he be serious for a player you don't rate too, Chad? Nobody rates him, but people are talking about the price.
That's my thing.
That's what confuses me. Like, stop looking at the market. Not every bad player goes for great money. Not every player is a Havertz or a Mount. For every Havertz or Mount, there's hundreds of other players who go at normal prices. Hundreds of them. Yeah. And some on the flip side who is good value for money. Like, what are we talking about? Like Onana, for instance. For what we're getting, he was a steal. 40 million. Steal. Yeah. Casemiro, what we got him for? Steal. Lisandro Martinez. Steal. Varane, steal. That's like Garnacho, steal. Whether you rate him or not, he was 100K. If we sold him today, he's going for at least 10, 15 million. Look at the profit you're making. We signed him for 100K. So he's going for at least 15 M's, 20 M's. Worst case scenario. So that's improvement right there. So what are we talking about? Like, you don't need to, I don't get it. This player is bad. He's diabolical, but you won't take bad diabolical money for him. Make it make sense. Really don't get it. I really don't. I know the comment section. I'm starring all the best questions as well, people. Of course, if you super chat, I'll get straight to it as well. And let me get to this quickly before we get to that. I'll just call you LP. I don't want to butcher your name. It says the best interactive Manchester United channel on YouTube, and I'm a Tottenham fan. Hey, love, man. Much appreciated. Love for the kind words, man. Much appreciated. And since you said you're a Tottenham fan, you watch the channel anyway. Obviously, you get the United Chelsea Spurs show every Saturday at midnight. So make sure you're there, LP. Because that's why that show's there, is for fans like yourself. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. To Jamel, who says, question for the guys. Why is Ten Hag complaining about wingers bad at 1v1 whilst he bought last summer a winger for 90 million? Because clearly Anthony's not doing what he wants him to do. And it's not solely at Anthony. It's at the rest of the wingers he's probably talking about as well. But he can make mistakes. And that's what he's saying. I need you to step up. I don't know exactly what he said. So someone please put the comments of Ten Hag's comments on this in the comment section. But he's saying what we are. We all want our wingers, well, all Manchester United fans want our wingers to be better 1v1. So what he's saying there is Anthony needs to step up. Currently, he's not doing what is required. He made a mistake, like every other single manager has. Every manager, but the point is limiting the mistakes. But yeah, go on, Eddie.
I'm just saying, we got brothers out here like Mudryk. Got brothers out here like the list goes on.
Oh yeah, let me ask you: do you think Mudryk gets 7 Premier League goals next season? Just a quick one. Side note.
Is he gonna start? That's the better question. Is he gonna start?
All right, let's say he starts and he plays like 35 matches. You think he can get 7?
Nah, he get 5 and they'll start calling him Blonde Iniesta. Bro, we know he'll get 5. He'll be right there.
I don't even know if he starts, but go on, carry on.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he starts. Like they talk about 7. Like relax, big man. Relax. Baby steps. 10 goal and assists.
That's a whole different conversation.
It's a whole different conversation. But
you start adding GNA, that's a whole different.
Hey, bring it to the Q&A. You'll see some sparks on that one. So we'll see. Yeah, pretty much what you just said, Flawless. You complain for things that you want but don't have. Like you have wingers that aren't scoring goals. So I think it was more of a vocalized frustration of the fact that I look at my midfield for what I think about it. The activity is good. The organization can improve, but there's something there. I got Kobe. Kobe's looking solid, so he likes what he sees in that. Casemiro, so he likes what he sees in that department. Amrabat hopefully comes in. He likes what he sees there. Back line, if you gave him true serum, he's good with everybody but the fullbacks, right? When he gets to the attack, if he could, I'd swear, I'm telling you, he'd put them all into the under 23s. If he could, but we have to field a group of players every that can actually compete at this level. So they have to throw somebody out there. But like from that game on I think it was Tuesday, just to see it again, how bad these dudes are in front of goal.
Oh, you talking about the Madrid game? I didn't watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. You know what's crazy? The Bellingham goal was offside, but it's a preseason friendly, so who cares? And then they hit a bicycle kick. Now, I mean, it wouldn't be Madrid. They didn't do some stuff like that. Like that goal was dope. That bicycle, I can't knock it. It's just sometimes it's like, you know, when LaBille was holding the Lakers jersey, you know what I'm talking about? It's just when the sauce hit, it hit. When you just hold certain jerseys up, the sauce just hit different. You know, so they did their thing. But besides that, like, we looked good defensively, in my opinion. Like, we had the mentality, the spirit was still there. Onana was the best thing about it, though.
Okay.
Right? So he looks at all that, and he said, then he gets to the attack, and he's just like, I push all y'all off the proverbial flawless cliff. All y'all. No life jackets. Hopefully it's a sharp bottom. Like, it's going that deep, bro, because it's like they just – and I hate when people say it's Sancho or it's this person or that person. Just say collectively they're not good enough and get it over with. Because each one of them in that game looked like the worst version of themselves again. Rashford just looking down at the ball, just dribbling. Garnacho.
He started central though, right? He started as a striker, Rashford.
He managed to make his way over to the left hand side.
He's gonna drift out wide.
They so it was kind of like it's like there's kind of it was weird because he was there, but then like his positioning had him off to the left. So he was but it was centrally off to the left, if that makes sense. Right? Like he was real hugged up to Shaw.
Okay, good.
A lot of times when Shaw, shout out to Steph, a lot of times when Shaw would play it into him, he received it like, just right near the corner. So it was it. But again, that's why he's complaining. Because he has Anthony crossing over and shooting. Like it's crazy. It's the same thing every time, bro. I can legit tell you what Anthony's about to do before he even gets the ball once it's headed in his direction. Send it over to the left, cut in, shoot. Sometimes it's the target, sometimes it doesn't. And then Garnacho wasn't doing step overs. He was salsa dancing out there.
You're a joke, man.
Because you know what? You just do the salsa, you just do it in place, right? He's doing the salsa in place. That's all he was doing. I'm like, go somewhere. You see what I'm saying? He's a little salsa, bro. Like,
you know what it is? You know what? The salsa always reminds me of Godfrey. This is a complete side note. When he was on TV, you know what I'm talking about. And he was talking about he meets Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, and he'd be like, "I know black. I know black." And he try to salsa that shit off in it. He'd be like, "I know black. You're not the same, Poppy. You're not the same." And he trying to salsa that shit off. Always reminds me of that shit. That is a hilarious side note. So when you did that, it just came to my mind.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I know black. I know black. No, Bobby. I know black. I was like, oh my God. Be looking just like me, hair like mine. No. You're not the same.
Yeah, it was jokes. And that's some East Coast stuff, bro. That's some East Coast stuff.
And so that's genuinely real.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. 100% is real. 100%. They be having the comb over and everything. He be doing this to his hair and everything. It be hot in the club. He just, they got the Pogba. He got the Pogba.
That's hilarious, yo. But go on, carry on talking about Garnacho, fam. Go on.
No. Garnacho was just. I think we saw the best we're gonna get out of Garnacho for now, and I don't want to limit him, but I'm saying for now, continue to keep him on the bench as that impact sub because he can make a difference. We've seen him make a difference. That's a fact. And this is what I don't want people to do. I want people to just let him play and not put the weight of the world on his shoulders, thinking that he's supposed to be one of these guys who saves the entire club. Let the young kid play. That way you don't have dudes like me sounding like I'm trashing him, but I'm combating y'all who are putting him somewhere he's not really at.
Which is fair. And that's fair. And that's where people, and you got that right, you was talking about not him as a player, but you're talking about how certain United fans are putting him on a pedestal and saying he's this, that, and the third. And that's what I was saying to someone in the chat the other day.
Like the seven jersey, there was no way he should. Now Mount definitely should have had.
No,
right?
Definitely
but
not.
for what people wanted to do with him wearing that 7, I was like, bro, he just got in the limelight. He just got in the limelight. We don't know how he's going to react to all this attention that he's getting in this upcoming season. Let him show it again. If he shows it again, he shows improvement. Then you start to have conversation, especially when Rashford isn't playing well. You just put him in there and maybe you can make a difference.
Yeah.
Well, these are what Steps say.
I was just saying that. You know what it was? I was just trying to clear the last comment off the screen where he says auditioning for Strictly Garnacho. That's funny, or Argentinian title. That shit hilarious show, the salsa thing. But that's what it is with Garnacho, because I can't remember who it was. I had someone in the chat and it was talking about Garnacho, and they were saying how they was criticizing him, saying, "Oh, I don't think he's good enough." And I was like you said, let's just wait and see. I'm not sat here saying Garnacho's this, and that. He's gonna be world class. He's gonna be top class. He's gonna be great. Worst case scenario, what we know right now is what you said he is. Impact sub. And we've seen him have an impact. He's 18, 19. Let's just wait and see.
He's a baby. He's a baby.
He hasn't even played, I think, in total 30 matches, and senior football yet before. So it's like, oh, well, I don't need to see 30 matches to see if he's good. Well, we do know that he's had impact, because he had impact last season. If you lie and say he didn't have impact last season, you just don't like Garnacho, which is cool. But let's not act like that. And then he was like, well, what was it that the fans made? What was it? The fans sang about him. Like I always say, fuck the fans. Don't pay attention to no fans. And he was saying, because he said, they sang his name in Old Trafford. We got packed 5-0 by Liverpool, and the fans in Old Trafford still sang Ollie's name. What are we talking about? Don't pay them no mind. And when I say F the fans, I'm talking about, I include myself in that, because myself and everyone else, well, the vast majority of people in that stadium, 99.9%, are not of the knowledge to be working within football and where Manchester United are. Number one. Number two, we're too emotionally invested. This is why you go get people who treat it as a job, because we don't treat it as a job when we're talking about our clubs. We want what's best for it, but we do sometimes let, some more than others, let emotions cloud logic. So it's like, and I said that, Matthew said Garnacho cost 100,000. Whatever happens, we're going to make some serious profit on him. That's it. I don't understand everything that's going on at United and you go, Garnacho. How about we go at our senior wingers? How about we talk about Anthony? How about we talk about Sancho? How about we talk about Bruno in terms of attacking players? How about we look at Mount? Why is Garnacho under more scrutiny than Mount?
Oh, that was another thing I need to touch on too.
For 60, we'll get to 60 M's and the number 7 shirt. He's the someone, if he was under immediate scrutiny, I would understand. Garnacho cost 100,000 and is 18, 19 years old. Relax. Let's just wait and see. Because like I said, worst case scenario, he's an impact sub for us for the next 2, 3, 4 years. Cool. Have no issue with that, because we've seen him have impact in big games as well. And I like Garnacho again. Does he need to develop his game? What 18, 19-year-old doesn't, unless you was Kylian Mbappe. He's an exception to the rule. That's not the norm. Show me the 18, 19-year-olds at the top level of European football who are doing the business and don't need to improve their game like that. What are we talking about? He could just be a squad player. He could turn into, and that's not a bad thing. If he's just the impact player off the bench, cool. Of course, we want to improve in other areas, and he needs to improve his game, yes. Eddie mentioned it. I didn't watch the game. But what I'm saying is, people like, oh, Garnacho, this, that. I don't want Garnacho starting. This is why I didn't want him to get the number 7 shirt. I didn't want him to get, because I'm like, that's then on what you mentioned, unnecessary pressure. And then that means you're starting week in, week out. We all know Garnacho's best off the bench currently. Now it's on him to improve his game to where he's starting games and having the same impact. Because teams, and there's no more, you're not unknown anymore. Now teams know what to expect. So teams are going to set plans for you off the bench or for starting games. Oh, this is Garnacho. Because none of us were talking about him this time last season. I didn't even know who he was until he played. I had no idea about him. I was like, oh shit, this kid quick, direct. All right, we got something. And he, like I said, had got goals, got assists, needs to add that to his game. But it's like, yo, people just relax. But yeah, go on, Eddie. Go on.
Honestly,
one sec, hold it down. One sec.
Yeah, no worries. And so people, and I understand people can have their opinions on how he is as a football player, right? Granted, everybody's opinions can be different. I'm just saying, don't swing the pendulum one way or another, especially when you're a United fan. Like, because he's young, you have to give him the room as a player to grow. Am I his biggest fan? No. Do I understand that he has an impact? Yes. Right? So it's on us, if Ten Hag has a system, to make sure that he's at the highest level of compatibility in that system. So that's what has to happen with Garnacho. And I was going to touch on this, but Mount and Bruno, my goodness. My goodness. For the people who watched that game, it was a tough game. For the people who watched that game, watching those two in midfield was diabolical. And then to I want to get your YG Senior's point, Bellingham was out there making calm, cool, collected decisions. And I got these two brothers who are older than him, I bet, still running around like headless chickens. And now, granted, I'm not, and I know I don't want to make too much of it because it was preseason, but I'm just looking at the performance, right? Like, I'm just looking at how did they look when they got the ball? Bruno, one of them ones. He didn't have the best performance. And the second half players actually kept the ball better than the first half players did. And I think that team was, of course, the guys who we always say, right? It was the guys who we want to see kind of mixed in some way, somehow with the guys who do a lot of the harsh running. So when I think about Mount and Bruno and what they have to do for us this upcoming season, if you're not going to be technical on the ball, some way, somehow, we have to make you two goal threats. You got to give us goals. Because me thinking that assists and perfect passes and all this might come. Now, the link up from Bruno to Rashi has always been good. Especially when they get, we play against those high-line teams. You can play that ball over the top and Rashford goes to get it, and we usually get something good out of that. But the Mino it's crazy. He's actually important.
People did say this, that the game changed when he got injured. There was a difference.
Yeah, because next to Casemiro, he's so safe on the ball. It's crazy. He's not driving it. He's not doing all this. It's literally the simple passes. The turn, the drop, like strong with the ball, composed. The composure is crazy. The composure is actually pretty dope to see. So I understand he's injured right now. I think he'll definitely be one of those guys that makes the match day squad from the looks of it every time we step out. And I think that's why you're seeing Donnie. But if I was him, if I'm getting Eriksen out of there and I'll just keep those two, they're younger. Injuries happen. I got those two. If I put Eriksen is cooked. And I said it a couple times. Eriksen is not cooked. My fault. He's barbecued. Y'all seen Oppenheimer? If y'all seen Oppenheimer, you see what they talk about that? I ain't watched it either. I know it's about nukes. Yeah, when you nuke something, that's Eriksen's legs have been nuked, man. They ain't going nowhere.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah.
The brother turned. He thought he didn't really turn like that. It was crazy. So, but I was just talking about Bruno and Mount, and it's just I get to see what their best looks like. in preseason. So hopefully I see it when the game start rolling in. Hopefully.
I think you made a great point. Big up to Samson as well. Says best channel for objective, rational analysis.
And that's what appreciate that, man.
Appreciate that, Samson. And that's what we're trying to be. It's not like I don't aim and be like, oh, I want everyone to agree with me, or I want everyone to disagree with me, and I want to debate all the time. I want just objective, rational analysis. That's what it is. I don't want to be too far positive or too far negative. Let's just call it as we see it. At times, there's going to be times where I'm hella positive. There's times where I'm going to be quote-unquote negative because something's gone wrong or there's been a bad result or I don't like a signing. But I'm glad, Samson, I love comments like this. Much appreciated. Stephanie G, this one made me laugh as you were talking there towards the end. We have a lot of hot potato footballers. But you mentioned that's what Mount and Bruno need to bring, because I already know on the ball they're not giving me anything like that in particular, man. Or they're off the ball, so I know what I'm getting with those two. Because YG said this. YG is this you from clubs as well, but big on my guy YG if it is or it isn't. Mount is crazy off the ball, but on the ball is meh, and we knew this beforehand. This is why shout out to Matthew. We was on when we was doing the Q&A on the Twitch before, and he's in the chat. Big up to Matthew, and he said, "Oh, Mount was awful." And I said, I didn't watch. I said, was Mount awful or was Mount? And he laughed. And he said, yeah, you know exactly what we're getting and what we're not going to get from a Mason Mount.
Out here lying to the people. Crazy.
We know what we're going to get and what we're not going to get from Mount. AYG, big up. Like, trust me. Like, that's why I'm not even getting on him next season. What I will get on him for is off the ball stuff. If off the ball he's not doing the business, closing down, covering every blade of grass, pressing, chasing back, that's when I'll be like, nah. That's what you are in there to be, as Eddie calls it, a try-hard. That's what you're in there to do. So if I don't see you doing that and harassing deep line playmakers, harassing 10s, harassing centre-backs and full-backs and all that, that's what I need you to be, an absolute busybody. That's what you're in there to do. I will criticize him if he doesn't do that. Now, if he does that, I probably won't criticize him, because I'll just be like, I know what you're like on the ball.
Yeah.
You're giving me max, you're giving me maybe 8 goals. Max, you're giving me 8 assists. Max, people. If someone said right now, all right, would you bet he's getting 16 GNA in the Premier League? I go, no. I wouldn't bet that. I would not bet that he's getting 16 goals and assists next season long. And that's low. I'm saying that's low. I don't even know if I'd fully bet 10. To him to get 5 goals and 5 assists.
You know what?
I can't. I'm not saying he wouldn't, people. I'm just saying I don't know for that. I wouldn't be confident putting my money on that.
That's another thing. Shout out to Samson for the comments, but because he had some good ones. Somebody talking about Bruno being off the right.
Oh yeah, talk about it, fam. Floor's yours.
Dead. Like, cut that. I don't want to see that anymore. For real. Like, and I think because I'm just looking like he can't really go by people like that.
I hear that, but he's not there. And obviously, I didn't watch the game. But him playing on the right, he's not there for that. I'm guessing, again, and I've been an advocate for this in particular in the big games, because he did it. Away to Barcelona sticks out. The home game against Manchester City where he played wide right. It's what I was describing with Mount. You're in there to stop the opposition from playing. You're not too much in offense. It's more so, all right, if you get the ball out, all right, cross the ball into the box. Cool. But you're more so to stop the fullback getting forward if they have an attacking fullback. Any deep line playmaker they're in there, you may invert. Say their fullback's inverting. So say we're playing Arsenal. And it's like, all right, stop Zinchenko from inverting and getting on the ball and making things tick. All right, that's Bruno's job. That's why I see him playing on the right. But go on.
If you're going to give me Zinchenko, like Anthony, you got to do something with that. So I'm going to need you to step. Because I'm telling you, brother, it's just not it. His energy, of course, works for him wherever he is on the pitch because of how he plays, right? But for what? Because again, not only do we have him off the right, we got Wan-Bissaka as well. So those are two people like trying to link up that you look at and it's like y'all just kicking the ball at each other trying to see how hard it feels. Like pause, but like that's crazy. People strike that from the record. Strike that all from the record. I didn't say what you just heard. So I would try and reformat it in a manner that's somewhat suitable for this what we got going on right now. I'm trying.
Yo, fam, you said you know what's funny? It's not even what you said. Your reaction to it is what makes it funny.
I heard
it too. But if you would have just said pause and kept it moving, it was your reaction. Like, damn, let's strike that from the record.
I'm saying, people in the chat, allow me. I've been doing well. Don't hold it against me. Don't hold it against me. Okay. But you see what happens when I'm talking about Bruno, Wan-Bissaka? My mind just gets all messed up, bro. Everything just gets short-circuited like them on the pitch, where they contaminated my head. That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. All right, Exhale. I see. Okay, my hand is up. I said pause. I caught it quickly.
I cracked me up, fam. I swear about life.
But look, I mean, that's why he was back to the other thing we're talking about. That's why he's out here complaining because off the wing, I got nobody.
Yeah.
I got nobody I genuinely trust. So I can see before Bruno, I put Mount out there if it came down to it, just to see.
Do that, but Mount could do the same role in terms of that. Like you're not playing a Wan-Bissaka and Bruno on the right hand side to dominate the ball and attack, keep possession and attack the opposition. That's there to stop the opposition from playing. If we play Real Madrid away from home, Bruno on the right, I would fully understand. Because you're trying to stop. Let's say it's Camavinga playing left back, for example. All right, let's stop Camavinga getting down the side, whether he's inverting or whether he's on the overlap. Because you've seen it against Barcelona, he did it very well. Against City at home, he did it well. Do I want to see it on a regular basis? Absolutely not. No, but I understand there's a time and a place for it in regards to what Bruno. And I think, and you say all the time, get him out of the middle. Get him out of the middle of the pitch as well. And that's what
I want to take it a step further. You know, I'm getting to that point though.
You want to push him off the side of the pitch, I know.
Get him out the club. I'll just get him out the club. I'll call security right now. I might have to do it my damn self at this point because, like, it's a tough situation, dog. Like, and I get to your point, and to Ten Hag's credit, like, I understand why he's doing that situation, like, why he's setting this up that way. But I'm just thinking, how do we get better? Like, how do we really start putting fear in people's hearts? Like, people respect what we did last season. They have no other choice. We came from 6th, 3rd place, trophy, competitive. We wins against City, stopped Arsenal's little unbeaten run. We can't speak on the 7-0 too harsh, but everything other than that, they gotta respect it, right? So, and the Sancho thing is honestly, I'm just being honest.
Talk about it.
I think you have to put him up top there because of who we have in those areas.
What?
And the fact that
technical security is what you're saying.
Yeah, because we just need somebody to help with distribution in that area of the pitch. And so maybe it's a false nine thing where he's dropping higher up the pitch, receiving the ball, and then he sees Rashford and he can make that pass. But me personally, I'd want to get Haaland in, see what he can do, and put Sancho off the right. Because I've seen off the right is where he's actually been dangerous. Like, I think it was off the right against Chelsea that he played. It is Chelsea, but he did something in there more than what I've seen him play off the left, more than what I've even seen him do at striker. I mean, at 9. So that game still showed for me the problems that we have, but also showed where we've grown because of, like I say, we want to speak on it, bruh. Onana is him. I'm rolling with Onana.
All right, talk about it. Talk about it.
Because of how Onana plays, Martinez becomes a whole lot more like effective in what he wants to do. There were times where Martinez was higher up the pitch and Onana was damn near in his center back role. Martinez was playing as a DM with Casemiro in the middle of the pitch. It was crazy. And he was playing the balls over the top. And he's a passer. But, the type of players we got, whether or not they can receive it and actually do something with it is another thing. But, yeah, how people have been talking about us changing how we play, they weren't lying.
No, I hear that. And let me just get to this. I know, big up to everyone in the chat. Again, continue to get your questions in. I'm starring the best, but Eddie's got a lot to get off his chest, as do I as well. There's over 85 of you lot in the building. Big up, my like check 1212. Let's get up to 70 likes. We have hit over 50 likes. We're at 52. Like check 1212, man. Get us up to 70 likes, people, and hit that subscribe button as well. We were looking for 7 more subscribers. There's over 85 of you lot in the building watching right now, and I'm only asking for 7 subscribers, people. Just 7. That's it. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. We're at 7,303 still, people. So, and we've just had a little boost as well. So we're looking for 7 more subscribers. Hit that like button and subscribe. To M, who says, I hear Bruno playing on the right for defensive duties, but why don't we impose our game rather than thinking about the opponent? Depends. That's why I said Bruno for selective games. They're very few and far between. When I'm saying Premier League, I kill this dead. Arsenal away, City away, Liverpool away, and that's it. And then City at home I throw in there. Liverpool at home, depending on their form and our form and who we've got available. Arsenal the same. So basically those 6 matches against those 3 clubs. And then the Champions League, if we go away to a Real Madrid. If we play away at a City, if we play away at Arsenal, if we play away at Real Madrid, at Bayern Munich, anybody like that, that's what it is. Because Fergie used to do that. So again, my issue would be if we're playing Luton at home and Bruno's on the right. That's when I'd be like, all right, no, we should be imposing our game. To me, you only impose your game on opponents that you're better than. And I believe we're better than most of the sides in the league, the vast majority. So we're at least top 4, top 5. Let's say we're 5th. That means there's 15 teams we're better. Like, let's go and impose our game on those. Or just for certain games as well, say that team has a quality left back who you want to keep quiet. A left back who's in form, bombing down that left-hand side, and you're like, all right, I'm going to stop him. Say for example, a Robertson or a Zinchenko, or if it's a Chilwell. Not saying they're quality before anyone says it. I'm just using those players as examples. Same way if we play Real Madrid and they have Camavinga at left back and he's in hot form and he adds to how they play. Or if you're playing against a team who has wing backs and you're like, you know what, I want to stop their left wing back from getting up the pitch. All right, put Bruno out there or Mount up there. So I think it's a mix, but not too much is what I would say. Assad said this, Flawless. I didn't like how you tried to violate Chelsea today. I expected better from you. Make sure you go check out the Casually FC stream. Here's the thing is, I didn't even think I was violent. It was not a violation, number 1. Number 2, I was just giving my thoughts and opinions on Chelsea. I said, I don't think you'll finish top 4 because I don't know where your goals are coming from. I don't think you have goals like that. And big up to the raid as well. I'm not sure who just raided us, but large up. There's a raid, Big Six Bants. Shout out to Months. But yeah, that's what it is. So it wasn't, and I seen you in the chat, Assad, because Marshall put on the screen like, yeah, you violating Chelsea. I just don't think you lot will get goals. We're banking on Jackson and Kunku, Mudryk, who else? Madueke, Sterling. Like, no. And that's why nobody over there, when I said who's getting 10 double figures for you lot, no one said any names. We had to make it where, all right, well, these 3 players outscore Rashford. But that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, large up to everyone who just joined from the raid.
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Keep your questions Manchester United related. For one, Don, who says, Flawless and Eddie, can you answer this question? How did we outpossess Madrid in 2 games with Bruno and Mount? Because you don't need technically quality ballers to dominate possession. Yeah. That's why.
And all right, that's the thing I love. Our activity level. Like,
and how much did we outpossess them by as well? That's another question. Was it like, what was it? Was it 51-49? What was it? Was it 60-40?
And it was, again, a bit of it was probably the second half. But yeah, it was the activity level. Like, we're flying. We're back to that team that I think which is why you get a Mason Mount. The manager wants energy everywhere. energy, athleticism, everywhere. Right? Yeah, that's it. Our press was good. Like we're pressing.
Yeah, that's
well.
adding to winning the ball back. So that's why you don't need technically savvy. You don't need technical ballers to dominate.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like we were playing well out of the press too. Like especially in the Arsenal game, I thought we played out of the press pretty well. But when it came to Madrid, once we went down 1-0, it was pretty much all over with.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think for the most part, like I look at that team, I'm just us playing that one-touch football will happen in moments, but will really take us to the next level is how we defend, because that's our calling card. That's what made us the team that we were last season. I don't want people to forget it. We were a third-place team because of our defending, right? And so now you add an Onana, who's a lot more technical on the ball than De Gea, of course. And so that just minimizes the level of the amount of mistakes that will happen throughout the course of the game when you have the ball as well. So you'll have a bit more energy when it comes to how you attack with the press. So yeah, it's looking good, man. It really is. Like other than those dudes up top,
that's the biggest thing.
Defending, and then other things, because somebody got to it in the chat. I think it was I don't want to get it wrong. Because there was something about Wan-Bissaka playing with.
Oh yeah, what your guys got when United's fullbacks I say Onana is going to expose the likes of Wan-Bissaka's first touch. I don't think it's exposing. I think we know that.
We know it. We know it. We know it.
Expose. It's well known. You can't.
Yeah, trust me.
It's known to the world. Like we all know this.
We got that. We got that. Like I just see him, what he can contribute in that role, and we could do better when it comes to Bissaka. But to his credit, like against Vinny, he held his own. Now Vinny had moments because Vinny's a special player, but Vinny wasn't dog walking him. Vinny wasn't. He drifted. He started to do the thing what some people do with Martinez, like, oh, I'm gonna go on the wing real quick, get some fresh air. You got it. You hold it down. That's what Vinny was doing. Like, okay, I'm gonna go.
Basically, Vinicius Jr. went treating him like he was Trent.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. Wan-Bissaka, he had his padded slide tackles. Like Mr. Incredible, Mr. Incredible, how Berger stretches the leg real quick and just knocks it a little bit out of there. Like the usual suspects with the usual suspects. So it's not too much, but it's still concerning, of course, because you're still seeing the same issues.
Yeah, and just back to this as well from Wonder. I don't know if you're still in the chat in regards to possession. I ain't fussed about possession. Are we going to win or not? We lost the Real Madrid game. We lost. That's the game we won. Like, I care about wins. Like, that's it. Like, I don't care about anything like, did we win? I'm not preseason, because I haven't watched preseason, because I couldn't care for preseason, but I'm just saying in general. I don't care about the style. Is the style successful?
Right.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And big up Casually as well for the raid as well. We've had 3 raids, man. Large up everyone raiding, man.
Hey, yo,
big up Casually FC.
With the kid.
Big up Big Six Bands. Big up Jacob, United Spurs of America as well. So yeah, make sure as soon as you land, hit that like button, subscribe, and keep all your comments, questions, Manchester United related as well. X says, what's this? Do you think Kudus rumors are true? We're looking to sign him for real. I would love having him, but I don't see it happening since we signed Mount. I don't know, but it is relaxed because Sky Sports did say, for those that the UK over here did say that we're looking at him as an alternative to Højlund, even though he's not exactly like a Højlund. But so there is truth to it. How much it is, I don't know. What are you saying about it, Eddie?
I mean, I think we've been fairly direct with what we're trying to do in the market. So I feel like that those types of links are just to send a message to somebody else, that, okay, if you play hardball, we could think over here too. It's not, one of those situations. Yeah. But me personally, I would love him. And pick y'all in the chat, pick who would go to the bench between Bruno, Mount, and Kudus. Like, that's where it's going to be at for me. because he's that versatile from what I hear. So I'm not here to say that it's a for sure thing because I can't tell. I just think it's games being played, you know.
All right, fast.
And even on the right wing, it's like, okay, so you're gonna buy another winger. We haven't even figured out what to do with the other guys you just got in. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. And big up to Samson as well, who says, such a pleasure to listen to Common Sense. I listen to YouTubers I don't agree with for an opposing view, but I like this channel for cutting out the bullshit, emotions, and one-sidedness. Hey, love, man, that's what we aim. I'm saying, as much as we run bants and we'll run jokes, we're not trying to be biased. We ain't trying to be, people get butchered over here for being emotional. I'm saying, whether it's panelists or whether it's the chat. And yeah, we call it the bullshit and just call it as we see it. Yeah. That's why I'm not getting this new season optimism with Manchester United that we can go do something this season.
They got to show us. They got to show us.
Yeah, like it is, because LP said here, and big up to LP as well, who says, LP, let me know where stateside you are actually, because you did say something earlier about the Premier League's, the United States, and why teams in the Premier League go and go for preseason over there. Yeah, man, that's cold.
The bag. I'm saying the bag is impeccable.
And the bag's big, and I salute yourself, LP, the others like Eddie, Peter, all the American fans, because you lot help like grow the game tremendously. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm all for. Well, Manchester City has holes to fill. Why so pessimistic on Manchester United in 23-24? Because even with City, what holes does City have to fill? Number one, who have they lost? You know what I'm saying? Mahrez, they lost. Obviously, they got rid of Gundogan left. They signed Kovacic. Let's say LP, for example, for argument's sake, City do have places to fill in their team. They're still ahead of us. Let's say Kovacic is not at the level. Let's say they sign Elise and he's not at Mahrez's level. Even with those two being average, they're still clear of us. And another thing, and people who just came over from casually will know what I'm talking about. We don't score enough goals. We scored 58 goals last season in the Premier League, and all we've added to our attack is Mason Mount.
If y'all want to see something funny, when we were here last week, go to my reaction when I saw the Premier League tallies for goals for all of our players.
Yes, 100%.
I still can't believe it. Shout out to him too. If you want to, you can get to that.
I'm gonna get to that. Hem, big up for the super chat. He says, "I was just gonna pass through because of work, but now I'm sat here with a beer, chilling. With this pod top one as always. Hey, big up, man. Love, you know what I'm saying?
Glad we can help you out on this Friday, man. Do your thing.
Man.
Do your thing.
Hey, I forget that because people do mention that a lot. Like, oh, I was passing through. I was gonna do such and such, and I just got the show on. I got the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I got the pod on. So much appreciated, man. I'm glad that we can help you lot in regards to entertainment. I'm glad that you find it entertaining to be here and are spending your time here. The time's the only thing we don't get back, people. So love to you, man. Big up for the super chat and the kind words, man.
But yeah, but with City, dang, bro, they, you know, the type. I don't even like saying what I was about to say. So let me rewind. The type of players that they're gonna lose. There's already somewhere in there to do a good enough job to still have them be on the top of the hill.
Yeah.
They might not treble, but to sit here and act like any of the other teams have even reached the level that they're at right now is crazy to us. Grealish found his form. Haaland is still there. What happens with Silva, I think he's probably out of there, but they'll find somebody. Rodri is still there. KDB is still there. Like
the main core is that, like, they have to, even like, you're right, even if them, like, the main core still there, and even if they fall off, they're still far clear. We had Manchester United will use us because man mentioned us. We haven't improved enough to catch them. Us improving and them falling off, there's still a gap. So let's say this is the difference and they've dropped off. Us improving, we're still short.
1 second, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no stress, Eddie. It's all good. There's still a gap. Like, that's what it is. Is losing Mahrez and Gundogan good for them? No. But I trust in Kovacic and whoever they sign, whether it's Elise or someone else, to go and do the business. Their manager's elite. Their system's elite. This is why you see players go into their system and they're fine. Like, I don't see, and I would love to be right. I'd love to be able to, like, yeah, we're going to catch him. We need goals. We don't score enough. And like I said, we scored 58 Premier League goals last season, and I've added Mason Mount. That is it. Like, is he enough to help us go and score 75, 80, 85, 90 goals? Because that's what you need normally to win a Prem. I think City got in the 90s. So let's say we need to get 80s. So we need to go get 20 more goals from our entire team, or 25 more goals, I'd say. Let's say 85. The reason why our away record was so bad, yeah, we conceded, we couldn't score. Because at home, it was cool. We had the second best home record. Fine. We had the fifth, it was either the fifth or sixth best away record. Like, that's what it is in regards to why. And big up my guy Ziad in the cut. You know what I'm saying? My G. You know what I'm saying? Large up Ziad. Hilarious done. Big up Ziad every single time as well. Yeah, Black Diamond, the thing is that I'm saying is whether we're top 5, top 4, top 3. If someone said we're top 5, I'm not arguing you down. I don't really think there's much between us and the rest. I think Arsenal are hurt badly by the Havertz deal. I think they're very, very badly hurt by the Havertz. I think that's horrific. Like, if they didn't have him, I'd be like, all right, you lot are in serious business. But whether he's playing up top or he's playing in midfield, you're detrimental to what they've got going on over there. Can't carry someone. Can't carry someone. What are we doing here? But yeah, big up Black Diamond every single time as well. Oh yeah, we'll get to this as well. Sorry, people, I'm getting to all the comments I can as well.
Trust me, I can see it. We see y'all. We got them starred. Don't trip. We don't get to
some of them starred. Matthew says, Donny and possibly Henderson both going out alone. Why can't we just sell these players and get the money in so we can reinvest? Thoughts on this, Eddie?
I think we got to wait for these other teams to get their funds together. I think we have – I know that's the case with Henderson, that Nottingham Forest is going to be a loan-to-buy option with the idea that later on down the line, whether that be by January, they have the funds necessary to complete the entire deal. And I'm thinking it could be the same for Donny. Now, again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'd like to keep Donny. I don't think we've really seen what he can do. I don't think, he's been a fixture in the squad, getting sub minutes to us to have a real clear understanding of who he is as a player. Because we see moments, but then when he gets that time, it's usually with players that aren't of a high level. It's like the cup games where everybody's getting subbed out for rest and things of that sort. I'd like to see him in the thick of fire. Like, I'd like to see him in those types of matches to see, okay, is it time? But if the manager, Kudus and Amrabat, I think he might have to be a situation where he's paying for Amrabat, because I know Fred's out of here. The writing's on the wall with Fred. I understand Fred's out of here.
Yeah. Amrabat going to be the Fred replacement, which I'm all for, to be honest.
Yeah. And then if Mino starts playing well, then that's a plus, right? So he's making something. And so with Henderson, like, we understand Henderson, I don't think we're getting it. Are we getting a second goalkeeper?
The reports have gone quiet with Zion, but it seems that we're trying to get a second choice goalkeeper, which makes sense.
And there's that, so yeah, people got to go. Like, that's just what it is. Our team was too big anyway. Like, we had players on loan who were coming back this summer, and it's like, no, we just got to sell them. We got to get rid of them. Especially not going to play. From the jump, the man you didn't believe in Tellez. So what happened? He's now in Saudi. Bailly. Now, McTominay, you know what's crazy? McTominay should definitely go for more than what Maguire's going for.
Yeah, he should, because he's actually performed to a better level than Maguire.
Yeah. Like, McTominay has actually had certain moments where it looks like he could be useful. I'm not his biggest fan. I don't think any of us are. But to understand what he is and what he can provide to another team is a totally different conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they'll use him differently. So I think he's the one that I'll look like. That'll be the marker for me if we're doing good business in this window. If you can get him gone at a good enough price. And I think, might sound crazy, 35, 40 million. If you get,
said it in the chat, we get 40 million minimum. He's saying we're getting 40 million minimum for Scott McTominay. Apparently that 40 million bid from West Ham is rejected. If that's the case, that's crazy. I don't know if they offered 40 M's for him. Obviously, I need to know source with that, but go on.
Yeah. Because the Italian clubs don't have money like that. So I can't see a Roma dropping 40 million for Scott McTominay. I can't see that. I think, again, if you're West Ham, you need reinforcements.
True.
I see
why he wants to go. I see why Ten Hag's trying to sign him. That makes sense.
Yeah, like the Rice position is gone. I mean, that's open. So no, Ed, I'm not saying that he's good. I'm saying what the market will show you is that bad players can go for high wages, right? But you have to have at least something I can look at and be like, yeah, I could build with that. McTominay has that more than Maguire. The manager saw this is why we can't see it, but now we understand why the manager got Mount. Because in his head, it's like, I just played with Eriksen, and what's the antithesis to Eriksen? Mount. Off the ball, great. On the ball, not so much. Eriksen on the ball, great. Off the ball, we don't even need to speak about it. That's why he paid 55 M's for him.
You did. You know what you're getting with him. Yeah. 100%.
That's it. 100%. Yeah. So it's not that he's that great player. It's that this is what you're willing to pay. This is what you're willing to accept.
Yeah, now you're right. You spot on, fam. You know what I'm saying? In that 110%. You spot on with what you're saying. Large up to everyone who's tapped in as well. Over 180 of you lot in the building. Big up. We're only at 70 likes now. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. Let's hit triple digits. Let's hit that like button. Like check 1212. Hey, mods, get everyone liking and subscribing in the chat, please, people. You're in the city of Sarcasm. When you enter the city, pay the tax. Hit that like button and subscribe as well. We're too short of 7,310. We're asking for 2 subscribers and there's over 180 of you lot in here. Actually, scrap that. You're asking for more. We're going for 7,320. Asking for 12 subscribers.
Yeah, I can get
asking
that.
For 12 subscribers, people. Just 12 subscribers and there's over 185 of you lot in the building. Let's hit that like. Let's hit that subscribe button, man. We're looking to go to 7,320. We ain't going up in 5s. We're going up in 10s. F that. You know what I'm saying? So hit the subscribe button, like I said, and hit that like button as well. Mods, get on that. Please continue to get your questions in as well.
Trust and believe. El Jefe, aka Flawless, got a show for everybody in here. Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, you name it. Big Six we covered. NBA we covered. Boxing, crazy fight this weekend covered. You guys got to tune in. I think you're doing the
shows specials after this, people. Yeah, 20
specials coming next week too. We got to have some fire guests.
Sarcasm City TV specials next week, people, as well. So for those that haven't seen those before, it's one-on-ones where I sit down one-on-ones on a live stream with the biggest and best content creators and chop it up about their team and others as well, and other football talk, I should say, and there'll be transfer news as well. So that's what will be coming up. And then obviously the week after that, it's the start of the Premier League, people. And I will try and bring back the United City show, people. You know what I'm saying? In the one-off. I'm going to try and bring that back for you lot. I know certain people have been asking, so I'm going to try and get that back for you lot. I really will. Let's see what else you lot saying in the chat as well. I said District of Columbia locked in, that's crazy. Big up to LP.
Shout out to the DMV, specifically DC. I was a Virginia kid for like 4 years, so I'm always showing love.
Right, okay.
Hey, Dun, don't put my smoke, don't put my business out there like that, man. It's what y'all call it? It's Ribena. It's gone now. It's gone now. It's Ribena. Nah, it ain't Ribena. You right. It's for the heart. The wine is for the heart.
Yeah, man. It's Friday, man. You've worked hard all week, fam.
Yeah, man. Somebody sees it.
You know what I'm saying? You worked, well, you gave your time, fam. So your time.
Yeah, tell the people who writing my checks the same thing.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. That's it. Hem says West Ham have also made a verbal offer for Scott McTominay, which fell short of the 45 million demanded by United. That's from at Time Sport. Not sure how reliable that source is. Big up to Hem though for stating that. If we rejected, if it was 40, so we're looking for 45. If we rejected 40, that is ridiculous. If we rejected 30, that's ridiculous, to be honest. Really looking 45 million for Scott McTominay? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's on brand. It's on brand. Like I said, he's had moments that you look and you're like, oh, okay. Like, that's the thing with him. Technically, he's not the greatest, but he's a heck of an athlete in midfield. He really is. Like those couple games before Casemiro came in, the way Ten Hag had him moving, he wasn't bad. He wasn't good, but he wasn't as bad as he's been.
Yeah, he was at the start of the season. Yeah, the start of last season. Yeah, I hear you.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So, 35, 40, 45, that range, I'm good with. Anything over, it's a steal. Run. Don't even call him back. Just take the money and dip. But yeah, I think to Ed, yeah, Maguire PR is, listen, it's in the dumps. He's tried. But literally, we see you as, like, we see that you don't play anymore. McTominay comes on as a sub. You're going to see him try and finish the game out defensively.
Yeah. You see him just come on to add height to the team.
Add height to the team. Yeah. The manager trusts him more than he trusts Maguire. That's a fact. So that's why McTominay will go for a higher price. Scottish international. Like, come on. Yeah, Ed, his best. People use that. You just run around and hurt somebody. That's,
you know what we're doing? Like, you, again, fam, you coined the term. Try hard. That's what he's out there doing. But like 45 M's, I think it said it, which it fell short of. So we don't actually know what the report is. But if it's 5 M's, that's ridiculous. If we asked for 45 and they offered 40, just again, keeping on to players that are not good enough. However, on the flip side, I do like all these players being linked with moves away because they're not good enough. I do love that. People have mentioned myself about Manchester United getting rid of all this deadwood we have. It's time to move on. It's time, man. It's time to move on. Like, keep it stepping. Like, that's legit what it is. Like, keep Maguire, McTominay, not good enough. I'm glad De Gea's on the way out. Tellez left. Hopefully Williams and Bailly's and players like this. Fred's on his way out as well. It was all about, because if we do indeed sell Scott McTominay, we'll probably sign another midfielder, or at least another midfielder from the youth will come in. Because that would leave us, it'd be Casemiro, you have Mount, you have Bruno, you have Ericsson, Amrabat potentially, Kobe Mainoo. That's your 6 right there. And then if we do want to replace, Amrabat's obviously the Fred replacement. Mount's just adding to the squad. And if you do sell a McTominay, maybe we go out and sign somebody else. And Donny van de Beek, that obviously you was talking about earlier as well. And Matthew mentioned it in terms of the loan. Yeah, I don't have, if he stays, cool, because Ten Hag can probably get, you know what I'm saying, can probably get performances out of him. But if he leaves, cool. I'm not fighting for Donny van de Beek to stay because I don't think he fits what we've got going on. That's what I would say. I don't think he fits what we're trying to do in terms of this hard running style. Doesn't mean that he can't play in the system. Doesn't mean that he can't have success in the system. Doesn't mean that he can't have impact, which I think all of those things he can. But the way we're trying to play, I don't think suits him. But again, it's different ways though. I don't think Ten Hag's just trying to play in one manner. And Donny is fairly mobile. He's not extremely athletic.
Right.
But he's mobile enough to where he's not Ericsson, who's a liability off the ball. I don't look at Donny van de Beek and go, you're a liability off the ball. It's just that I need to see more from Donny. You're playing central midfielder for us, whether that's an 8, whether that's a 10. I need more. That's what it is. I need more from you. But yeah, go on, fam.
Because it's the same thing that I say with the Shaw and him, where do they use so much energy defending that by the time they get put on the ball, they got nothing really left to give energy-wise? Because you're working hard.
You reckon Donny's working hard to the point where he gets the ball and there's no energy left?
That's what I see with a lot of the non-athletic types in our team.
They got to step their fitness up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, because of the way we play, it's clear as day, athletes thrive in our system. That's why if we had players who were technically sound and athletic, we'd be, like, if we got a midfielder who was technically sound and athletic for a Donny, and that's why Amrabat is so unique in what we've been looking for, because Amrabat is technically sound and he's athletic. He runs all day. You put that next to Casemiro, he doesn't have to make the Hollywood pass every time. He can play to Amrabat. He can create something a bit higher up the pitch. But I just look at it and I'm like, I'm with you with the fact that Donny physically, that's been the thing that holds him back from getting the opportunities that I want him to get. Physically, he's not Bruno. He's not Casemiro. He's not strong. He's not or quick. He's kind of like that in-between player like a Jadon Sancho, where you're not strong, you're not quick, but you're decent enough to be on there and look adequate enough to get the job done. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So you're about average. And if the Kudas, that's another player I'm talking about. Like, these are the type of players that I like this being linked with, because it's the type of players that we need with regards to how I think we have to play going forward.
That's right.
Especially if we're not, because again, we have to create opportunities from the press.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Pels, sorry to cut you
I
off.
respect it. Hey, tell
Pels,
us how you really
Pels
feel.
Pels said, fuck Brighton. Pels, what did Brighton do? You're Chelsea, right? Are you Chelsea? Is this the Caicedo thing? She just fuck Brighton. Like,
that might be something to it. That might be something.
I think she's Chelsea. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Let us know.
I swear Pels is a Chelsea fan. You just have fuck Brighton, no context though. Sorry, carry on.
Hey, I feel
Brighton catching strays, But go on, carry on.
Hey, you see the title. You care about nobody. So yeah, see, Ed saying, and watching Amrabat at Fiorentina when he plays for Morocco, it's like two different players. You never would know how tech he is if you only see him for Morocco. Yeah, pretty much. When he played against Declan Rice, he was a better player, but his team lost. That's the conversation people don't want to have. So the midfield, if that improves, I think our scoring will improve because we can actually get ourselves easier chances. I think that's another part of it too. Like, because the other brothers have to work as hard to make their chances, they're hard chances as a result. And so we don't get the easy tap-ins. We don't get the balls being played through, putting our guys in this real easy scoring goal opportunities. Like, it's a whole thing coming together as to why we can't score goals. And I think if we have the midfield creating a lot more opportunities, a lot more sound on the ball, we can kind of help make that less of a problem.
But she said, "Yeah, I am Chelsea." I thought so.
There it is.
I'm not mad at the Caicedo thing, more like their Colwell dick riding. They just want to get Colwell, yo. Like, right.
I'm saying, hey, it's all brand. It's all brand. Like, again, Chelsea fans are real known for the niceties that they spread across the football community, right? That's what we say now, Paulus.
Yeah.
And it's all brand. You can't hate it. It's all brand.
She said, I've been awake. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's the Colwell thing, clearly. All right. I didn't know it was that. Hey, fast. I respect it. I do respect it. And just to Ed as well, who's like, just to clarify something, because he says, being more mobile than Eriksen ain't really a compliment. It's like what you say about Bruno, the bars on the floor in terms of that mobility. No, I wasn't saying that Donny is more mobile than Eriksen, so that's a good thing. I was saying he's mobile enough to the point where I don't worry about him. I was saying it's not like he's a liability off the ball like Eriksen. Eriksen off the ball, we all know, as much as I like Eriksen, I'm still a big fan. Still glad he's part of the squad. Is a liability off the ball. Donny's not. That's the point I was making. Even though he's not the most mobile, he's not the most athletic, he still has enough where it's like, yeah, cool. If Donny started in our midfield, I don't really have an issue with it like that. In terms of that side of it. I need you to impact games more. Yeah, go on, fam.
No, I'm gonna keep right back, but my boy just sent me a video. You know, Caleb Plant,
yeah,
punched Charlo.
Where? What? Like
at
outside
the weigh-ins?
Oh, he
at
punched
the
him at the
weigh-ins for the Spence Crawford.
He punched him.
I'm seeing it right now. I'll put it in the group chat.
Yeah. Drop that. Yeah. Drop that. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is mad. And that being said, people, we will be running the Big Fights, Big Nights Only podcast on the Twitch. Then like just under 10 minutes, people. We'll be live over there in 10, 15 minutes. I'll say 15, 2:05. So yeah, in 15 minutes from now, Big Fights, Big Nights Only podcast, which is the boxing show, people. And we will be previewing the bout that Eddie just mentioned, Spence versus Crawford. So myself will be over there. Ahmed will be over there as well. A couple of my American Donnies will be over there. That's on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch, people. So make sure you download the Twitch app for free. You sign up for free. And the same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same on Twitch, people. For those that might not know what Twitch is, it's exactly like YouTube. Just the app you download on your phone, or you open up on your open up on your web browser or whatever you are watching on, and you download the app, sign up for free, and watch and comment over there. And we have different content. Yes, the same panelists, but it's different content over there. The boxing shows over there, NBA shows is over there. All the non-Manchester United watch-alongs are over there as well. So it's going to be Stats Pro Clubs is over there. Fan calling shows. You want to call in and say, fuck Brighton? Fan calling show is for you people that I run every Tuesday and every Thursday. And when the season starts back, I'll run them on the weekends as well. Big up to Prime. Says big up Flawless and Eddie. I know the stream is about United, but my question for Eddie is, what are your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus saying Arsenal was shook of Manchester City last season? I would go there. Why not?
He's on brand. There's a reason he got the boot. There's a reason, like people, especially if you know how to read in between the lines. I love how people show you who they are. From the looks of it, from what I thought he was lucky to be on that City team. In my opinion, what made City unique was not him. So when it comes to him saying that, why do you think they brought you in, my boy?
They brought you in to stop that from happening, to be honest.
They brought you in to stop that from happening. They went to Zinchenko and you and said, lead us, show us the way, show us how to be mentally strong. And again, you were injured, so maybe that took a bit of part of it, but I'm like, still no excuses, right? You had enough time to get with those guys. And I'm sure he played it. Did he miss the season after he got injured?
No, he came back.
He came back, right? Mm-hmm. So you still had time. You still have moments to implement some kind of philosophy that'll get these guys to lock in. Yep. Pep, exactly. You think Pep is like, I love this is what people. Cool. Do y'all really think good managers are just letting their good talent go? Do y'all think that Pep Guardiola, who before he let Jesus leave, didn't have a Champions League, was like, you know what? Arsenal calling. It's almighty Arsenal. I got to give him. They said they want Gabriel Jesus. I got to give him to him. I have no choice. No. He said, all right, cool. Went out there, got Holland. The rest was history. When was, again, in their heyday, when City got to that point where they reached the top, I think there was a guy named Maguire who was playing as well. Yeah, so when has he ever been the guy that we can depend upon to lead the line when the going gets tough?
No, he's better.
And Pep told you the answer. He's never been that guy.
Yeah, he's a better wide player. I've said this. He's a better wide player than he is a number 9. I think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, people. I think he's a very good player. Don't get me mistaken, but I think he's a better wide man than he is a 9. 110%. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. Black Diamond in the chat, bigging up De Zerbi. Bigging up De Zerbi. Yeah, De Zerbi, like, yeah, the football De Zerbi plays top quality. Don't doubt that for a second. Like, I like Brighton's football. I just don't want Brighton's results. But I like Brighton's football.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I like.
But it's always the question, right? Like,
go on.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna be real. If we gonna have the conversation, we gotta have these conversations.
Go on, get to it. Fam, flows yours.
With Brighton, it's cool. It's cool. We've seen Potter. Shout out to Pelu. I hope I said your name right. Let us know if I did.
That's why I just call it Pels, because I know that's
Pels. I go with that.
I don't want to butcher the name.
Dope.
That's dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Our Pels is dope. Pels is dope. Graham Potter used to play that dope football. Y'all forget how we were talking about Graham Potter before he got to Chelsea. They were talking about coaching the England international squad. They was talking about who else? Big teams like going in with this dude. They were trying to put him on us.
Yeah, they were saying he's the best manager outside the Big Six.
Outside the Big Six.
That was the conversation.
Now, again, Dundada, you the OG. I'm just asking the questions. Don't go off. Because he said we're gonna have a conversation. I got wait, let me chill a little bit. But I'm just asking the questions. Who has gone from Brighton and been successful?
Yep.
Now people are back in this idea. So you know what? I digress. But I'm just asking the question. All I'm doing is just asking the question.
Nah, the thing is, it's a fair question. It's a fair question.
Think about the players. Which player? Cucurella? We thought Cucurella was.
Yeah, we thought Cucurella was him.
The next thing, and then we saw how that turned out.
We thought Cucurella was him.
Right, and it's not shots. I'm just saying players. Who else? There's been a couple players who have left. I mean, Malpe.
Yeah, Mope. Yep.
Mope, yeah. Mope.
He's another one. Yeah, there's loads. Cucurella left. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now, but there's more of the chat one though. But yeah,
Trossard did all right. Trossard actually,
Trossard,
he did more.
He exception to the rule.
Yeah, he's. I wish we had him at United today. I wish we would have got him, but we didn't have the funds for it. Well, we had the funds for it, but we got cheap ass owners, so we didn't have the funds for it. Yeah, man.
Now I get what you're saying. Hey, large up the chat though. Lively as always. Like I said, big up Big Six Months, Casually FC, Marshall, or both gangs over there. Jacob, United Spurs of America as well for the raids. Eddie, anything else you want to add that we've not spoken about?
Make sure y'all hit the like. Are we at 100 likes? We get 100?
I double check now. Give me 1 second.
We can get 100 likes, people.
Now we're at 82 likes from. Right,
82. We got 18 y'all that got that. Come on now. Come on. Yeah. But other than that, get the likes up. Always dope, El Jefe. Appreciate you.
You already know.
Y'all tap into that big nights, big fights, right?
Yeah, that's it. You got it right. Big fight.
Tap into it. Again, people. This, I'm not even gonna cap. This fight this weekend is the greatest fight I will ever see in my life, thus far, because
agreed.
These dudes are the best of the best people.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They really are the top of the top when we talk about this boxing stuff. Yep. And when Mayweather fought Pacquiao, they weren't there. Mayweather was still at a high level, but Pacquiao had some things happen. He had been knocked out by then. You feel me? So it was a different kind of sensation. This shit right here, where the cat was, this shit right here, trust me, it's gonna go up. So I can't wait, man. Everybody enjoy yourselves this weekend. And yeah, man, thanks for all the love. All the dope comments mean a lot. Definitely a pleasure to kick it with y'all and talk about this United squad every Friday.
Yeah, facts, man. 110%. We're going to keep these shows rolling, people. Just because the season is coming up, don't mean we're going to stop bringing you ManDem United podcast. We'll be here 10:30 p.m. UK, unless there's a late kickoff on the Friday, which is like 8 p.m. Then we'll probably push it back to like 11:30 p.m. UK time, people. So we'll push it back an hour. Like, for instance, the August the 11th, City are playing Burnley. So that game, obviously, there'll be a watch along for that on the Twitch. Make sure you check out the upcoming live stream schedule, because that's where all the non-Manchester United watch alongs are, all on the Twitch, people. All Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, and then all your Manchester United games in those competitions are all here on the YouTube channel, people. And if this is your favorite show, there's a playlist for this as well. So all you have to do is just click the ManDem United podcast summer transfer window playlist, and it's there. And then obviously, when the season starts, I'll create a new playlist, ManDem United Podcast 2023/24 season. So you gotta break it down for you lot. So if this is your favorite show, the playlist is there. And again, love to everyone who's supporting. As always, Eddie, always good chopping it up with you all of the time. And make sure, if we are available, let's make sure, people, that you know, and you go and head over to the audio platforms. So if you want to listen on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. If you prefer to listen on audio only platforms. Some people don't want YouTube app open. You might want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, while you're working, while you're at the gym, etc., etc. That's all fine. So SoundCloud, make sure you hit the follow button on there. Leave us a comment. Spotify, follow us, give us a 5-star rating, and iTunes as well. Hit us with a 5-star, 5-star rating, and review us as well. And yeah, love to Monts as well. Yeah, man, we seen it, the BSB raid, man. Big up, much appreciated.
I gotta get back on the channel soon, Monts. Hey, man, them Arsenal brothers running amok on your channel, man. I don't know, you might need to talk to the authorities about them brothers. I don't know who you call out there, but you gotta call somebody, because they getting out of hand. They get out of hand over there, but they hella funny. They my dogs too, man. Shout out to Boston, the Big Six.
But yeah, love in, man. You know what I'm saying? And big up to LP, who says I tune in while doing IRS audits. Hey, big up to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
And cut Eddie a check, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. I don't want them touching my checks at all. No. That's the tax man. Hey, shout out to you doing a good job.
I'm saying take less tax. You know what I'm saying? And that way,
take
less tax.
Put a little zero on it. You don't talk about a little zero on it.
Take less tax. You know what I'm saying? Take less tax. Big up to him as well. Get to this. Flawless, your channel is so underrated. Please hire someone from our club for PR. Hey, how we get the channel to be rated fairly is by you lot just continuing to support. And we gonna get there. That's legit what it is. And there was one more comment I wanted to get to as well. Big up to LP, who said this: folks owe Flawless a drink or two when they go England for holiday. All I'd say to that is you lot continue to support. And what I need you lot for is, when man starts going abroad and shit, what I need you lot to do is let me know where to go, where the good spots are to eat, where the good spots are to stay, etc., etc. Whether that's stateside, whether it's Canada, whether it's Mexico, whether it's somewhere in Europe, that's what I'm going to need you lot for. I'm saying. But don't forget, people, we are planning on heading out to the World Cup, obviously in Eddie's neck of the woods, 2026, man. Well, I'll be out there for the World Cup. I'll be out there for that, definitely.
Hey, Mons, there's too many infractions to count, my boy. I'm just saying that's one of many. They hey man, they different. Yeah, they still dope, but they different.
Facts, yo. I hear some things over there and I'm like, huh? But hey, love to everyone who's locked in. Don't forget, we're going live in 5 minutes, people, on the Twitch. Spence Jr. versus Crawford preview. Big fights, big nights only podcast. Love to everyone who's tuned in. And this has been the ManDem United podcast, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.